What's up, everyone? My name is Jeff, and today we are going to play some Nightmare Tribal in MTG Arena. So excited to be playing this one, and I've been kind of playing around with it for a while. I love just kind of weird tribal decks. It just makes it so fun because Icon of Ancestry, if you just have a bunch of tribal things, the synergistic stuff sometimes does just win you games because instead of having 4/4s, you have 5/5s. Instead of having, unblockable 2/1s, you have unblockable 3/2s. They get bigger and then unblockable. And so there's just some fun stuff you can do with the tribal aspect, being able to draw cards. And the main reason here is that Nightmare Shepherd, whenever something dies that you control, it also turns it into a nightmare. So we can have 1/1 nightmares here as well as whatever it is. So we actually have a couple copies of Murderous Rider. I went really heavy with Nightmare in this version, but you guys can build your own if you guys want to, that doesn't just play around nightmares, and so whenever stuff dies they become nightmare as well, which is pretty fun. But Ashiok being able to create 2-3 nightmares every single turn, which with Icon of Ancestry becomes 3/4, or if we have more of these we get a 4/5, which is just busted for a 5-mana planeswalker if we get that combo going. There's just a lot of really fun, cool stuff we can do. Doom Whisperer, putting stuff into the graveyard for a Devourer of Memory, which can swing in for a bunch of damage unblocked once we get cards in. One thing to note though, that this says whenever one or more cards get put to the graveyard, so it's each individual instance. So even though we're surveilling 2 cards in the graveyard, it only is 1 instance for Devourer of Memory. But just fun stuff like that. So let's just go ahead and get into the gameplay, see how this does for us, and wish me luck. Before we jump into the gameplay, a quick thanks to Fusion Gaming for sponsoring this video. Be sure to head over to fusiongamingonline.com for all your Magic the Gathering needs. Check the link in the description below. And Murderous Rider, we're on the play. We're going to keep this. I like that we have lots of lands. We have lots of swamps to be able to play eventually for Dread Presence. I mean, we're going to play most of them out by the time we get there anyway, but hopefully we can find other stuff along the way too. That's not good. Healer's Hawk. That means we're playing against mono white, which is pretty good against us. I don't have Eat to Extinction, which is the main answer for Heliod. All that glitters. We can deal with that though. We can deal with that all day long. Alright, pass the turn. Let them go for another couple of things onto that. Yep, play something else out. They can maybe give it indestructible. So maybe holding off here wasn't the best play. I'm waiting for them to pay and put it onto Healer's Hawk. Okay, resolve. And now we'll kill it. Pretty much got rid of their entire turn. That's a 3-for-1. That's the main issue with playing an Aura's deck, right? Trying not to play swamps here. Let's play out. We might just play Murderous Rider here instead of anything else, because I'd rather be able to play Dread Presence and play Swamp immediately, which we can do maybe the turn after Ashiok as well. So let's, we could go Icon of Ancestry, but yeah, let's go Icon of Ancestry. Or sorry, not Icon of Ancestry. Let's play Murderous Rider. I'm doing what I mean to be doing, but I'm not saying it right because, my name's Jeff. My name's Jeff. All right, getting out Ashiok is gonna be great with an Icon of Ancestry as well. We'll see how much removal that they have. This is also some removal that we can play for ourselves as well. All right, Quips on there. That's cool. Unbreakable Formation. That's cool too. No blocks. Take our beats. It's a 3/3. That's cool. Whatever. All right. Ashiok just seems too good here not to play. Bouncing a token's always a good way to go, because they get nothing and we make them discard and we get to swing in for some lifelink. And we like linking life. Okay, Exile here. Cryptic Caves. I've really not seen anyone play this, but it is okay if you're in a heavy one-color deck just to have 1 or 2 of them, just for the occasional time you draw cards. It's actually not a bad land to be playing. I'm not sure if it's better than Blast Zone or with Castle Arden. Sorry, all the different castles in the deck format. Playing Field of the Dead, I think, is better. Or Field of Ruin. There it is. Field of Ruin. Field of Dead is banned. Shambling Suit. For mana costs 3 or less. All right, so we got some fun plays here. So Dread Presence. Swamp. Let's actually draw a card here. I think we're in okay shape at the moment. I'd rather have more card draw. Take up. Do I want to bounce to kill this now? Swing in for some life? Probably is better. They do have some ways to give stuff indestructible. So destroy that. And we know they're going to have to take a turn playing stuff anyway. So swing in with some lifelink down to 18. Below their starting life total. We're almost up to ours. Past the turn. Alright, Ginger Broody. Doom Whisper can go dig for swamps for us as well, which is nice. I mean, we can also be drawing cards with this, so it works well. That's pretty glittery. Give him indestruct, or can't be blocked. Kills Ashiok. That's fine. As long as they aren't gaining life, we're going to be doing more damage to them than they will be doing to us. Let's go just Doom Whisper, swing in. Scry for land. Yeah, so I think this is fine. So swing in. Exile some stuff. What do we hit? Prison Realm. That's pretty nice. Down to 11. Temple of Deceit. Another Dread Presence. I mean, they are 4/4s with this Icon of Ancestry. We can play this and Icon on the next turn. Let's go ahead and keep it on top. I can Surveil with Doom Whisper. Pass the turn. We actually, I think, have lethal on board if they try to swing in here. Still Overseer, that's fine. This is a sweet deck, by the way. This actually is really fun and really cool what they're doing. It's just not enough to win here. Yep, can't be blocked. That's fine. That means you're swinging in for 6. I'll show my uncaringness right here. Okay, hit a land behind that guy. Tyrant Scorn's also really good. We'll definitely draw Tyrant Scorn. That's a good answer. So we get 3, 4, 7. Yeah, so we have enough for lethal by killing Still Overseer here. Okay, go to my turn. Icon of Ancestry on Nightmare. And then destroy this and swing in for the win. I think we would win even if we didn't kill that, but that's fine. It doesn't let me do the final swing. That's cool. All right. Good game. All right, up against Comrade Mick. And I promise that I actually do own other shirts. I know I wear this one almost every time I go to record, but it's just happenstance, really. Opponent's going first. This can either be amazing for us or pretty terrible going second. We have some good removable for aggro decks. We're going to keep it. It's pretty good. Like, having a tapped land here and this, we're in fairly good shape for what we have. So, Banehound. They're playing a little bit slower, so we get in for some value. Pass the turn. Bant stuff. Season of Growth. Okay, that's annoying. We're going to be able to kill something probably, though. All right, so Temple of Deceit. Do we have enough lands to make this worthwhile? Do I need to be digging for lands is the question. I can guarantee get out Nightmare Shepherd. I want to keep that, but I'd rather make sure we get to Ashiok. All right, Banehound number 2. Swing them in. Down to 15, pass the turn, up to 21. And let's see how crazy they get here. I'm expecting, because they're playing Season of Growth, to have a little bit smaller creatures with pump spells and stuff. It's going to be actually enchantment spells, and so I'm hoping Elspeth's Nightmare does some good here. Okay, target him with something small. And give himself... we're going to go ahead and go for this regardless. he can sacrifice himself to give himself protection, which is pretty nice. Opponent just scoops it up. Woo! All right, being able to destroy something and get a discard with one card is actually really good. Elspeth's Nightmare, really powerful. It is expensive to be fitting into some formats, but I think it's a very powerful card. All right, up against several atoms, and one thing too, I am playing in free play right now. I like to build decks every once in a while that are free play type of decks because honestly, for me, it's just a little bit more fun. This is an interesting hand. We're on the draw. Let's go ahead and keep, and we're going to keep this. I'm just debating if we want to play Temple of Deceit and get Devourer out right away. I'm guessing Banehound is probably better to be playing instantly, especially with two of them. There we go. That makes it all clear. It's all becoming clearer. And Icon of Ancestry after that. Sounds good. Let's see if they have Disfigure. I think it's the only spell with 1 mana that really is removal nowadays, which is still really good removal if you're able to hold it up. It actually hits a lot of good stuff in the format too. All right, are we up against mono black? Holding up mana again, very interesting. Let's go for Banehound number dos. You spend removal now. Do you wait? Erebos' Intervention gains some life back. That's fine. All right. Swing in. We got rid of a really good removal spell. Temple of Deceit. To the bottom. We need to hit lands. Pass the turn. Underworld Dreams. Oh, nice. All right. This can be painful, but we are going to start gaining life. And we're actually going to go ahead and Icon of Ancestry on Nightmare. Swing in, gain 2 life. We're gaining 2 for every one that we lose now. So, and we're not going to. Dread Presence is the main way that we draw cards here. Otherwise, we can kind of surveil to make sure we hit the right draw. All right, that's annoying. Land it is. Okay, resolve. Going for Nightmare Shepherd here. It doesn't, not a nightmare. I always forget that it's not because it has it in its name, but it's a demon, creates nightmares, which is also good. Spawn of Mayhem. Okay, take 1. We can make this guy bounce, but I think it's fine. Let's actually just play another Nightmare Shepherd. And then swing in. So now if one of them dies, we can create a 2/2 out of it, and that's fine. So take some damage, they take some damage. He is going to get bigger pretty soon, but then we can bounce him. Okay, Swamp. Let's see, Gray Merchant. No, Nightmare Shepherd of his own. And Kaya's Ghost Form. This is whenever it dies or put into exile, but returning it to hand does nothing. So we're going to do that instead. All right, so let's scry here. Hitting a swamp with Dread Presence isn't bad. But is it good? It's a redraw, so yeah, it's a land and a redraw. Let's just slow down their turn here real quick. So return that to your hand. You lose Kaya's Ghost Form because it doesn't work that way. Swing it all in. Gonna block. So that's actually really good for us. Them just waiting until he gets bigger could be an issue, but he's also risking with a life there. So take action. Create a 2/2. Still have the effect on board. We also get Devour of Memory with this swamp as well. So if we don't draw anything, it's still pretty good. We can also do damage to this, so then if we swing with both things, they can't really block the small thing. We can trade off and then just try to keep the damage rolling. There's a few things we can do here, and all of them are awesome. Okay, plays Nightmare Shepherd. Yep, I'm guessing that's the only thing they can do. They have something else here. Interesting. What's a 1-mana thing that this deck has? Maybe Erebos' Intervention, because even if it's only 1 mana, it holds itself up. So we're going to be taking lots of damage if we use this, but Dread Presence. Swamp. Should I just start going face with this? It's going to cause them to have to answer it, but card advantage is good, but I have it with Icon of Ancestry as well. Let's draw a card. We take damage, but I think it's better. And it is better. All right, Devourer of Memory, swing in with Nightmare Shepherd. Offer the trade. You're leaving us with a very powerful board and a copy of this anyway. It's a trade that you probably have to take. Being able to keep it around is not bad though, because like if you can fill up the board, gain some life with like Gray Merchant or something like that, you can maybe at least create copies of everything, which could be really powerful with Gray Merchant. We are going to be able to kill stuff though along the way. Yep, take action, get another 2/2. Because we just like wearing 2/2s around here, guys. Ba-doom, ching. All right, 3 cards in hand, 5 manas. All right, so it goes for creating blockers. This is an enchantment. Beast Whisperer, I think, just straight up wins us the game with this Devourer of Memory. That also is really powerful.
I wonder if you're brave enough to overcome
And do I want to just start creating a bunch of big creatures and just beat down over time? It's probably better. It's probably smarter, at least. We can bounce anything on the next turn. Like, so do I have lethal though is the question. So if I bounce one, they block here. It's not quite lethal. So instead of risking that, let's just go ahead and create more power on the battlefield. Swing in with everything. Devourer of Memory, if it dies, we get to bring back as a 2/2 instead of a 3/2. So that's fine. They can only kill one of these guys. That's also fine and cool and all. They could have Murderous Rider as well, which also does damage to them. Down to 2. Do we have a swamp in hand is the question. And we don't, unfortunately. It would be so great if we did for the extra 2 points of damage. Drats. I'm expecting a scoop. They could have Gray Merchant and be able to at least gain some life here or create a blocker, but I don't think that's enough, especially with our Ashiok being so threatening. All right, kills that guy there. Dread, is that Deadweight? I'm pretty sure Disfigure's in the format. I guess with what's her name, Ephemeral, whatever. Ephemia, that is better. Swings at Ashiok. And scoops. All right, cool. And we had a Doom Whisper coming out. Dude, this deck, when it goes off, it's really, really powerful. But it is one of those that kind of needs to pop off. Up against Lazarus. 1980. Bring it on. Mr. Lazzy. This is good. This is really powerful. Tyrant Scorn, good removal. We have Icon of Ancestry and Nightmare Shepherd. And some extra lands. Beautimus. He plays a first Moss Viper. Let's just play out Devourer of Memory. I'm not worried about killing this Moss Viper at the moment. Although I do think a Death Touch deck with what's her name, Vraska, would be a really fun deck. Actually, both Vraskas would work really well with it too. Just a Vraska Tribal Death Touch deck is more powerful because of Moss Viper. You hold back blocks because this can get bigger. Does not. Second Devour of Memory is actually not bad at all either. I'm going to hold up Tyrant Scorn though. You know what? Let's go ahead and offer the trade. That's fine. If you're playing Season of Growth, you're probably pumping stuff. I'm okay with this trade. We get rid of a Death Toucher, pass the turn. We get a hold up Tyrant Scorn, get some more removal. We know that we have... I mean, they had their card advantage engine already online, which is so annoying. But hopefully we can find some answers here as well. Jun's Season of Growth. Interesting. Another Moss Viper gets double scry. I guess we could have held off on that until we had the Nightmare Shepherd to get extra value. Do I care to kill this? They don't have any target without playing more creatures. But they just got a lot of good scries. I feel like I want to hold on to that. All right, let's go Nightmare Shepherd, pass the turn. Hopefully they don't have Thrash or Domri's out ambush. Like, all of those cards are really bad for us. And that's actually probably exactly what they're playing in this deck. There's a bunch of ways to just have Death Touch creatures do a bunch of damage. Davian's Arcbow, make that do damage to me. Yep, that's bad.
I survived an apocalypse.
I survived an
survive
apocalypse.
you.
That's pretty cool. That's fair. Alright, kills that. Yeah, that's annoying.
Fight.
Swings in. Banehound is really nice here. So I want to go for Icon of Ancestry here. Or hold up Tyrant Scorn. We can Devour of Memory and hold up Tyrant Scorn. Okay, swing at Vivs. Pass the turn. Oakhame Adversary. Can't do much about him here. Vita doesn't have haste though, that's for sure. Could balance it and just make him kind of slow him down a bit. Is that enough to kind of just play tempo here against this? I mean, Season of Growth is such a powerful card. No blocks, take our beats, that's fine. And let's go ahead and just return that to their hand. Doom Whisper is really good. That's better than Icon. How much damage could I do here with this? I'm going to go ahead and at least do it one time here. That goes to the graveyard. This can't block. That may be fine with all their Death Touchers. Like, force them to have defense. And with this, with stuff in the graveyard, that's fine as well. This only needs, what, 3 other cards? We don't have the second land to play that as well, but we're going to go ahead and keep it. At least have some action along the way. Alright, down to 12. Pass the turn. Now we have a 2-turn clock with this Doom Whisperer. Let's hope they don't have ways of killing it. Scry, scry. Scry, scry. Alright. Lifelink is annoying here. But with this Devour of Memory, we should be able to win just fine. In fact, can we trigger this off 6 times? It takes 12 life, so we actually have the win next turn. They don't have anything here, so we have the win with Devour of Memory. Icon of Ancestry will just help it a little bit. So pass to my turn. Icon of Ancestry on Nightmare. Yes. We'll throw whatever to the graveyard. And Icon of Ancestry. So now it's lethal, right? Right. Swing in, can't be blocked. And that's actually pretty dangerous. Devour of Memory with Doom Whisper, because that's just enough damage. If you get in any early game damage and I get to keep up some life total, I can be doing that all day long, you know, especially if you're tapped out. Man, that's fun. All right, up against Exile. Bring it on. Banehound, this is a good hand. It's a little bit interesting and slow, but we're gonna keep it. Being on the play, this would be much, much better, but on the draw, we'll see. Temple of Silence. And this is the other reason I like playing in free play, is that people play different decks. Like, I'm not just seeing the same old thing every single time, and it makes it so much more fun. It really does. Banehound, get in. A booyah. Order of the Midnight. Can't block, so that's fine. Let's go Temple of Deceit. Scry. That could be a very good card for us, just to kind of chain. We already have two of them, actually. I don't think we need to chain that many together. Swing in. Pass the turn. Venerable Knight. Alright, Elsewith's Nightmare, kill Venerable Knight. Yep, give Order of Midnight more. Actually, I forgot that's how it worked. I was thinking that it was whenever a knight died that would happen. I messed that up. Let's see if they can empty their hand here. Doesn't look like it. Alright, we get a discard, and we have a blocker. Kaya's Wrath, that's great for discard there. Alright, Nightmare Shepherd. That's also great if they are willing to be playing stuff like that. No blocks. We have Icon of Ancestry. I could swing in and have him block and get get it back. So I don't want them to be able to Order of Midnight here. Alright, exile the graveyard. Watery Grave tapped. Elspeth's Nightmare, kill Worthy Knight. Swing in for damages. Down to 13, pass the turn. Brings back the Worthy Knight and doesn't get to play the Knight, so that's at least nice. I am going to go ahead and kill this. Exile, bring it back. Another Nightmare Shepherd is still pretty good here. So another Nightmare Shepherd, swing in. Down to 9, pass the turn. The incidental life gain that we gain is so good, but man, all the tokens they're creating is also not good. Swings in, absolutely block here. I mean, that guy can't even block anyway, so there is that. Like, we could have just been racing, but while we have the chance to do this, this is fine. Alright, Swamp, Icon of Ancestry, on Nightmare. Just in case we find another Banehound, let's go ahead and dig for it. Ugh! Can't block anyway. I could block it. How much damage are they doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're doing... So if they find like an unbreakable formation, we're dead. But otherwise, this wins us the game. Just putting on the pressure. So pass the turn. Did they find it? Okay, I was like, whew, that freaked me out. Guys, and we went 5-0 with this deck. That is sweet. Alrighty. I mean, it was in free play. I totally understand there's a big difference between that and playing in standard, but people were playing fun decks. People were playing cool stuff there. And Nightmare Tribal just got it done. And if you're just looking for a fun deck to play that is different than everything else everyone else is playing, here it is. And I think it does have potential here. I do think it can be tweaked to get a little bit more early game removal, a little bit more just stuff. Like we probably could drop down to like 3 Dread Presence, because having 2 in hand is like more than I ever want. With this card, I mean, they can chain together and be really awesome, so that is something as well. And being able to turn it into a 4/4 gets away from a lot more removal. So anyway, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of this deck. If you think that some changes need to be made, what changes those would be. If you guys like the video and this type of stuff, please hit the like button and the subscribe button to get notifications for future videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.